Hey everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father.
My mental health starts to get affected, and then I can't parent the way that I need to, and I can't be present and focused, then there's gotta be one of us that can.
So apparently Kanye is wilding again, but low-key, I kind of get where he's coming from. Is it just me, or every time this man tries to parent publicly, people instantly label him as crazy? Because this time, you guys, it is about Northwest, and the internet is divided all over again. Now, if you've been on TikTok lately, you've probably seen viral clips of North with face tattoos, fake piercings, and this full glam rocker look. And honestly, you couldn't tell me that didn't have everyone doing a double take. But here is where it gets messy. Apparently, Kanye was furious when he saw it, sending Kim paragraphs levels of furious. He allegedly texted her, calling North's look too adult, and even accused her of pushing their daughter to act grown for the cameras. And to be fair, this wouldn't even be the first time Ye called her out. You guys remember when he flipped about North being on TikTok in that Ice Spice outfit. Yeah. So now fans are split. Some think that Kanye is doing the most again, while others are like, you messed up when Kanye is proven right. Because when a 12-year-old starts popping up online looking like she's 21 and her parents can't even agree on what's too much, yeah, things start to feel a little off. And to make this even better or worse, depending on how you see it, Kim is not backing down. She is defending North's creativity like it's her full-time job, which, let's be honest, kind of sets us up for another classic Kim versus Kanye showdown.
I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so.
Now, this whole situation wouldn't even be half as dramatic if Kim didn't double down the way that she did, because instead of quietly letting it fade, Kim basically said, this is such a non-issue. People are questioning if your 12-year-old is being overexposed, and that is your response. Now, to be fair, Kim always defends North's creativity. She has said a million times that she wants her daughter to be confident and expressive, and that she's just a kid having fun. But you couldn't tell me that calling it a non-issue didn't make people side-eye her a little. Because for a lot of fans, it looks less like I support my daughter and more like I'm ignoring her dad completely.
I will fight for her to be creative in those ways. So it's always a compromise. No one's always going to agree. And you just have to do the best that you can as a parent to try to protect your kids, but also let them be creative.
And that's where it gets interesting, because while Kim has been online doing damage control, Kanye is nowhere to be found. He is supposedly furious in private, but publicly, nothing. Kim herself even admitted that Ye hasn't seen their kids in months. She's apparently doing everything: school runs, soccer practice, filming, brand deals, while he's off in another country with Bianca, going on one of his creative hiatuses.
Whenever he'll call for them and ask, it's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him, but
at this point, it feels like Kim is parenting alone while still getting dragged for every decision she makes. Now, I am not saying that Kanye doesn't care, but when you disappear for months, you kind of lose the right to act shocked about what your kids are doing online. And this next part, I am not gonna lie, it made me stop scrolling. Because once people stopped arguing about the tattoos and the piercings, they started paying attention to who North has been spending time around lately, and yeah, that's when things started to feel off. Apparently, during her Rome trip and a few events back in LA, North was seen hanging around artists connected to Playboy Cartier's Opium crew. And that's what makes this extra weird, you guys, is that Kanye already said no to that whole situation months ago. Back in March 2025, Carti posted on Instagram asking Kim to have North send me a song, which sounded innocent at first until you remember that he didn't even put Kanye on his last album. So Ye went online and shut that down immediately. He said that North wouldn't be doing any songs with Carti and that the whole thing just didn't look right. And to be fair, I kind of get it. Like, why are you trying to work with a 12-year-old when her dad is still salty about your album? That is just awkward all around. So now seeing North suddenly hanging around that same crew, yeah, that's the part that made people raise an eyebrow. And look, I get that the Kardashian circle is full of big names, but this group, they come with a lot of baggage, starting with Playboy Carti himself. In 2022, he was arrested after allegedly choking his then pregnant girlfriend during an argument. His lawyer later said that it was all false and that the case would be dropped, but the story still made headlines everywhere. And that is not even the only thing on his record. There were the gun charges, drug charges, even an old assault fine from 2019. It's just a lot to unpack. Then there's Destroy Lonely. He got accused last year by an ex of attacking her on a flight to Germany. He denied it, and again, no conviction, but the details she shared had people shocked. That story lived rent-free on social media for weeks. Ken Carson, too, had his own headline moment back in 2021 when he was arrested for alleged domestic violence. The case ended up being dropped, but at this point, it's like, why does everyone in this camp have a record or a rumor of following them? And don't even get me started on Hamoxide Gang. Those are the ones fans kept bringing up in forums for allegedly inviting underage girls backstage. Nothing confirmed, but the chatter alone is wild. So now imagine being Kim Kardashian watching your 12-year-old daughter around that crowd and still calling this whole thing a non-issue. Be for real right now. Even if it's all harmless fun, it doesn't exactly look right. And let's be real, that's probably the part that's getting under Kanye's skin the most. He's been yelling about protecting North for years, and suddenly everyone's realizing this might be what he meant. Now, here's where things get a little uncomfortable, you guys. This whole Northwest conversation, it's not new. Like, not even close. Every few months, Kim ends up right back in the same spot, people questioning her parenting, wondering if she's letting North grow up too fast, and somehow she always acts surprised. Remember that corset-style outfit in Europe? North wasn't even a teenager yet, and yet the internet lost it. Kim later admitted that it was a mistake, but the damage was already done, and that's the kind of pattern here. She lets it slide, gets backlash, and then asks everyone to chill. Like, we have been here before, but it's not just about what North wears, it's the attitude that comes with it. There have been so many posts floating around, people saying that North is rude or that she doesn't respect Kim at all. Now, I am not saying that it's true, but when your own clips show your kid roasting you on TV, it doesn't help.
No, I think you're wrong here. These are very expensive real pearls. I think you need a lesson on pearls. We're not going for like flapper girl. We're going for like vintage, authentic, pearly girly.
It's looking like
You were very positive. That's why I brought you into this conversation. You were very positive. You saw it.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
Yeah, I had to pause for that clip. Like, did she really just say that? It's funny for a second, but it also says a lot about how casual everything has gotten in that house. Kim keeps saying she wants to raise a confident daughter, and that's great, but confidence without boundaries, that's where things get tricky. Of course, I'm gonna show you what some of the fans are really saying about North's outfit and Kim's influence, and you guys, the comments are brutal. Some people are defending her, others are dragging Kim like there's no tomorrow. One person said, Kourtney's daughter Penelope looks her age. North looks like she controls Kim. Kanye is trying to save her soul. And ouch. People really see North as the one running the show and Kim just trying to keep up. But then you scroll down and there is a whole different story. Another user wrote, what is she doing wrong? Her and her friends went to a concert and they're experimenting with makeup. Y'all doing too much, let her live. And honestly, I kind of get that side too. Because at the end of the day, she's 12. Like, she is literally a kid growing up in the public eye. Maybe we all need to remember that before turning every outfit into a full-blown debate. Then there's this comment that probably sums up what most people are thinking right now. I agree with him, but damn, he doesn't even see his kids. He really doesn't have a right to say anything. So even the people who support Kanye, they are still calling him out for being absent. It's like everyone is making valid points, but no one is completely right. And that's what makes this whole situation so messy, you guys, because yes, Kim might be letting North experiment, but she's also dealing with the entire internet watching her every move. And yes, Kanye is worried, but he's also been missing in action. Either way, North is still a kid. She's figuring herself out, testing boundaries, trying new things like any other 12-year-old would. The only difference is she is doing it with millions of eyes on her, so maybe before everyone piles on, we take a breath and remember. This is still a child we're talking about. And let's not forget, Kanye might clap back, maybe drop a video or start posting again, and you already know I will be right here to keep you all updated if he does. So stay locked in, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.